For over a century, Mariners Inn has stood at the intersection of hardship and hope. First on the banks of the Detroit River, now in the heart of the Cass Corridor. Backed by the unwavering support of the Episcopal Diocese, it has weathered the storms of history, economic collapse, urban renewal, addiction, and gentrification. This is the story of a place that never stopped showing up for the lost, the struggling, and the ready to change. A place where recovery isn't just possible, it's real. In the early 1900s, Detroit's waterfront buzzed with laborers, freighters, and seafarers, men hardened by distance, pain, and increasingly addiction. Mariners Inn opened its doors in 1925 to offer refuge to those who sought it. When the Great Depression hit Detroit, the mission suffered. The inn was unable to provide adequate support for those in need. It struggled through the Great Depression, but received a spark in 1942, when Reverend David Koval saw potential where others saw decline. He reinvested, reaffirmed the diocese's commitment to the inn. In the 1940s, saw an expansion of Mariners Inn services. It reestablished itself as a premier mission for the diocese and was servicing up to 200 men a night. By World War II, dozens of men were living at the inn full-time, but the future of their home would soon come into question. By the late 1940s, the city of Detroit had begun plans to redesign its industrial riverfront. Long home to the city's shipping industry, the land bordering the Detroit River was, in the mind of city leaders, too dirty and too removed from the day-to-day life of downtown's well-to-do. The city claimed that it was time to reconnect its people to their nautical past. In the name of progress, the city reimagined the riverfront and a civic center for its post-war metropolis. Urban renewal, the same process which destroyed neighborhoods like Black Bottom, Paradise Valley, and countless others across the country, came from Mariners Inn. With an ever-shrinking congregation, plans were made to tear down the old Mariners Church. Church leaders and preservationists fought for the life of their building. Defense of the inn and its mission fell on the shoulders of the Episcopal Diocese. The city would ultimately wipe clean 30 blocks of the urban landscape on the Detroit riverfront. The old Mariners Inn Church, after years of battling, won a city-funded relocation of their building to a new spot in the Civic Center. But Mariners Inn, the mission, which in its short history had served thousands of men, were not. The Episcopal Diocese acted swiftly, raising more than $300,000, nearly $4 million today. They built a new Mariners Inn in the neighborhood Cass Corridor. The final residents of the original location, including Captain Daniel Pauper, a widowed ship captain who lived at Mariners Inn for a decade, were moved to the new site in 1956. By the 1960s, Detroit was deindustrializing. The neighborhood north of downtown and south of Wayne State University saw its body shops, factories, and businesses closing at a rapid rate. The Cass Corridor, once home to some of the city's wealthiest residents and premier apartments, became a refuge for artists and bohemians. But poverty, disinvestment, and drug use complicated life in the neighborhood. Mariners Inn was there to offer stability, a new type of beacon of hope for those in their new neighborhood.
The importance of Mariners Inn's legacy in the Cass Corridor is one of resilience because of what the Cass Corridor has been through.
Throughout the first quarter of the 21st century, investment returned to the corridor. New buildings were erected, real estate prices and cost of living climbed, and developers pressured Mariners Inn to relocate. But Mariners Inn served the Cass Corridor through its lowest point and stood its ground against those calling for its sale to the highest bidder.
I led the charge in saying, hey, this is where we belong. This is where we've been. And if we're going to do anything differently, let's do it right here. Let's make this the place.
We're in a place, location where it looks like we don't belong. We're not going anywhere. As you can see, we're expanding. So very grateful for that.
Surviving the hardest days gave Mariners Inn the strength to hold their place in the best. Recovery means more than getting back what was lost. It means staying, rebuilding, claiming your place with pride. Today, the work of Mariners Inn continues. It is not simply just a shelter or a rehab facility. It is a place that for many becomes a new home, a place where they feel love and support.
Our job is to provide as many resources and access to those resources as possible to help them regain their footing. and to live a purposeful life again.
We have commitment, our staff is committed. Our CEO sets a tone for how we treat everyone. We really focus on wellness, mind, body, soul, physical, fitness, eating well. We are like no other place in the United States. Nobody can top Mariners Inn, period. That's why we've been here for 100 years.
The miracle is not just in the healing. It's in those who return to heal others. Approximately half of Mariners Inn staff are alumni of the program themselves. After overcoming their own addiction, they've dedicated their lives to heal others from the same wounds.
Mariners Inn being that place that turned that around. Say, well, no, you don't have to be the one that's always trying to take. You can be the person that giving. You can be the person that helping that other person. And that's what it's done.
Mariners Inn welcomed me in with open arms. They gave me a warm welcome. They fed me, gave me a shower, told me things were going to be okay. And this is a place where recovery is real and the recovery process starts here today. But the most important thing Mariners Inn has explained to me and made true to me that the recovery process starts with me, and they're here to help to guide the way. So everything's been good so far.
I just needed that torch, and Mariners Inn was that torch that gave me that boost of self-esteem, of faith, of belief, of hope, to let me know that I can get past the threshold of addiction.
In 2009, David Sampson, a former Mariners Inn counselor, was named CEO. For many, David is a hero. They credit him with Mariners Inn's continued success and expansion.
So this is our lobby area of the Anchor.
In 2024, Mariners Inn opened the Anchor, a 65,000 square foot, state-of-the-art residential treatment facility. This nearly $26 million project expands critical services for Detroiters, doubling Mariners Inn's capacity and welcoming women into its programs. The Anchor adds to Mariners Inn's already impressive recovery offerings. By building in the footprint of the District Detroit, Mariners Inn is offering its clients a safe place to call home.
This is not just a resurgence of what Mariners has done, but it's a resurgence of what the individuals who came to this program have done. We couldn't be any of this without our clients.
Our core values really make us different because they really permeate. We really practice our core values, we really implement them. We are true to our mission at every level of working at Mariners Inn. We believe in our mission, ensuring that individuals and families have access to treatment. They're treated with dignity and respect, are treated with compassion and care, ensuring the quality of clinical services, ensuring that everyone, no matter what their background is or how they identify, that they have access to treatment and they're able to get what they need when they come here.
In this neighborhood, in this era, Mariners Inn is like a beacon of hope. Sometimes, if you can imagine being lost, so to say, like at sea, and you see that lighthouse, that's Mariners Inn.
On the recovery process, on your journey to recovery, think about Mariners Inn, because Mariners Inn is a place that believes in recovery. We believe that recovery is possible and it's real, and we'll show you that over time. Mariners Inn is proof that this thing works.
For more than a century, Mariners Inn has offered more than a shelter. It has offered transformation. It has returned hope, dignity, and the belief that every person has the power to begin again.